First of all, let's start from the tactics. I think that the most basic thing is gonna be the one that we need to discuss first. Hide yourself as much as possible. Break line of sight with the survivors as much as possible, guys. And if you do this correctly, and you will also follow the other steps that I'm gonna discuss in the video, it will probably look something like this from the survivor's POV.
I think it's a frosty-eyed huntress from what I can see. Ooh, that shot.
Let's go, dog. What?
Billy boy. Where's Huntress? Oh my god, that actually fucking scared me!
You're not gonna catch survivors off guard so often. If they are good survivors, they're gonna predict your throws, they are gonna predict your hatchets, and they are gonna be so aware, which it makes it so hard to hit hatchets, especially when you're going for a long shot. This is definitely gonna make things a little harder for you, but this is the reason why I love so much aura reading perks. Not necessarily because they help me to track the survivors over obstacles, but because I can hide myself, they're not gonna see me, and as soon as I'm ready and the hatchet is fully charged, I'm gonna just pick and throw my hatchet as fast as possible. That's the reason why I use so many aura reading perks. Most of the times they are not gonna know precisely where you are, and also they are not gonna have enough time to react when you jump out of the cover and you throw your hatchet. Now, the second tip for you is gonna be to use your slow hatchets over the obstacles and your fast hatchets fully charged for predictions. Okay? Don't ever use anything in between, especially if you're starting out. Even if you are a seasoned player, you're gonna use one of these two 99% of the times as the Huntress. And if you're trying to learn how to play the Huntress, I would suggest to just stick to these two. The reason why is that you need to get used as much as possible to the speed of the hatchets as well as their trajectory. Also, because of this, I highly recommend to not use any add-ons that are gonna make the wind up any faster and also the throw speed any faster. Just stick to the basics so that the hatchets are gonna be the same every single game. For now, just stick to the basics so that you can learn how to properly throw the hatchets, how to lead shots because you are used to the trajectory and also to the speed. The third tip is gonna be start loading your hatchets when you are far away from the point where you want to snipe people from. You're gonna see me doing this a lot during my live streams. If I am standing in the main building, for instance, and I want to pick corner and I want to pick a window, you're gonna see me starting winding up my hatchets way before I get to the window. The reason why is that if they are good survivors, they are gonna expect you to pick from that window, right? So as soon as you get there, if you start winding up the hatchet, they're gonna be so aware, and as soon as you show your face, they're just gonna run away or dodge. But if you load your hatchets way before you go up to the window, they're gonna hear the sound of you winding up the hatchet, but after a few seconds they see and hear nothing, so they're gonna think that you are probably trying to snipe somebody else. And then, using your aura reading perks, you're gonna jump out of the cover and throw your hatchet. The last thing that I wanna discuss about tactics is that, guys, just be prepared, don't get frustrated. You're gonna throw games, okay? If you want to master the Huntress, you gotta take into consideration the fact that you need to try to hit those long shots. But the fact is that in order to get used to those long shots, you're gonna miss a lot of shots, and most likely you're gonna lose most of your games. But if you actually manage to go over this step and you manage to not get frustrated at the game, you're just gonna enjoy the game so much more later, because hitting those long shots is gonna feel so satisfying compared to anything else in the game. So for the second part of the video, I'm gonna explain how to aim and the way I approach this problem. So first of all, take into consideration the fact that I play with a controller and not mouse and keyboard. So for all of you who are playing on mouse and keyboard, life is gonna be so much easier. But still, you can apply the same exact things even if you're playing on mouse and keyboard, it's not gonna make any difference. So the first thing that I'm gonna say is don't forget to use your movements keys to aim, alright? It's gonna be so important. A lot of times you're gonna see me doing big adjustments with my right stick, which is gonna be the stick that I use to actually aim, and then fine adjustments oftentimes with the movement keys. And the reason why is that if you're moving left or right, you're not gonna need to worry about not being precise with your aim, because it goes slightly up or slightly down. This is gonna be particularly effective at long range with long shots, because if you see, for instance, somebody who's working on a gen, you need to quickly make fine adjustment. If you try to use your mouse or your right stick on a controller, probably you're gonna overdo that and you're gonna need to come back. You're gonna waste so much valuable time to line up the shot with your target, especially if it's standing still. It's gonna be even easier, right? So the second tip is gonna be walk towards the direction you're going to shoot. You're also gonna see me doing this quite often. You're gonna see me walking towards the direction of my shot a lot of times. I don't know exactly why, but this helps me a lot to lead the shots in the right way. The final tip that also have something to do with the previous two is gonna be to try as much as possible to sync your movement with the target. Okay, now I just say that you should move towards the direction of your shot, but when you have enough space available, I want you to try to sync your movement with the target as much as possible. What I'm saying with this is that if the target is moving to the right, try to walk with the target to the right. Try to aim with your mouse or your right stick on the controller and try to move with the target. The reason why is that if you are standing still and you need to track the target with your mouse or right stick on the controller, you're gonna need to move the mouse or the stick a lot more compared to you walking with the target and barely moving the mouse or the stick at all. This is gonna help you so much when you are tracking your objective horizontally. Okay, it's not gonna help you that much when they are moving away from you or towards you, but you definitely can still use this tip when they are walking on a diagonal line, for instance, towards you, but a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. It's still gonna help you, but it's gonna be the most useful when they are walking on a perfect horizontal line, so from left to right or right to left. Just sync your movement with the target, and when you're ready and you feel like you're leading the shot enough, release the fully charged hatchet, and trust me, this is gonna help you a lot, guys. So to wrap this up, we discussed tactics, we discussed how to aim, and I'm 100% sure that if you follow all of these steps, you're gonna be able to play Huntress at a much higher level. But don't forget, guys, this is a game, don't get frustrated. The entire point of doing this is to be satisfied when you hit those long shots. And if I did actually help you, maybe come back in a few days to this video and let me know in the comments if it actually helped you, or if you want to see anything else related to this topic. This was, let's say, an advanced tutorial to the Huntress, and if you want to see a more basic version of the video, so something like how to loop with the Huntress and stuff like that, just let me know in the comments, and if enough people want to see that type of video, I'm definitely gonna upload a video about that as well. In any case, it's all for today, guys. I'm gonna see you all in the next video.